Para sa mga kwento ng pagbangon at pagiging kampeon ng mga atleta, ako si Jed Eva, ang chairman ng Nowhere to Go But Up Foundation.
At para talakayin ng mga hamon at pagbabago sa industriya, ako naman si PG Galang, miyembro ng Nowhere to Go But Up Board of Trustees. And we are your hosts.
Mga ka-sports, samahan ninyo kaming pag-usapan ang mundo ng pampalakasan. Whether it's about historic events in sports, the changes and challenges in the industry, or just to highlight outstanding athletes, this is a show for you.
And this is where we talk about our love for the game, your one-stop shop for everything sports, athletes, and the leagues. We will get into the works and ways. We will dive deeper into different stories. For the fans, by the fans. This is TVUP, and we bring you
Inside the Games.
And to start off today's episode, ito kasi ang topic natin ngayon, how social media has affected sports. Diba? At sa ating mga manonood. So, now, the way sports is available is so different from when I was growing up, definitely. And it plays a big role in the lives of athletes and the growth of sports in general.
So, I think given naman na we know that the internet has really affected all aspects of our lives. So from for you guys shopping, di ba? for us na who want to get the news, kami mga serious types who watch the news. But sports definitely has been affected, no? With the introduction of social media. But with any new development, there are upsides, there are downsides. But today, we ask different athletes about the positive and negative sides of social media in their lives. And this is what they said.
Hello, I'm Jerry Asinabajano from UPMBT and course ko ngayon is BPE. Oo, maraming beses. Pero hindi ko naman pinapansin yon kasi alam naman natin yung sa social media, hindi naman natin ma-please yung mga nagko-comment dyan eh. So, as much as possible, hindi ko naman pinapansin. Binabasa ko minsan, pero hinahayaan ko na lang and tuloy-tuloy pa rin sa buhay.
Hi, I'm Maria Fatima Mendoza. I'm currently a second year BS Social Work student. As an athlete, of course, as a dancer, it's very important. Social media is very important for us because it's really an avenue for dancers to share their craft. It's so nice that I'm able to learn from different dancers all around the globe because of easy access to their talent through social media. And it's also a way for us to share our own craft as well. So it's really helped me to grow as a dancer and also as an athlete because I've also learned from different tips and tricks of different dancers all around the globe.
Hi, I'm Joan Marie Monares, BSS. I think a huge shout out siguro sa UP community kasi ever since nag-start yung UAAP season, andyan na sila to support us. Madami man o konti, online man or nasa venue, they're there para supportahan kami at I'm grateful, we're grateful, the team is grateful for sa UP community na lagi kami nilang sinusuportahan at may tiwala sila sa amin. So, social media man or in person, meron kaming mga friends or fans na nagsusupport lagi.
My name is Enzo Rivera, third year, Bachelor of Sports Science. Um, may positive and negative ano din kasi yung social media sa mga athletes. Yung positive side is yun nga may mga pwede na rin siya pwede na mag ano like mga tag dito. Pwede yung mga yung mag-search ka ng mga example, galaw ganyan, parang for sports ganyan. So may positive side siya. Tapos may negative siya. Yung negative naman is yung distraction na inibigay na minsan napupuyat yung mga players, minsan nawawalan yung focus kasi nga dahil sa mga nakikita sa social media. Tas, yun lang. Thank
Hello
you.
po, I'm Sofia Tunggala and I'm under Bachelor of Physical Education. Kung sa akin lang, what I observe from social media is sobrang grabe yung scrutiny sa athletes. So, if I were to change one thing, I would wish that the people on social media would be a bit more kind, considering that especially the athletes sa UAAP and NCAA level are collegiate athletes. They're still student athletes. So, ang hirap din ipagsabay yung pag-aaral sa pag-eensayo and with competing. So, sana yung mga criticisms medyo dahan-dahan lang din kasi minsan sumasobra na rin yung pag-criticize sa mga reactions, medyo ino-overanalyze yung small body language and all that. But I wish people would be more kind on social media, lalo na sa mga athletes natin na college pa lang.
Now that we've heard the point of view of different athletes from different sports, we want to hear the thoughts of our guests today, no? Particularly the UP OASD, that's a mouthful, Office for Athletics and Sports Development Assistant Director, UP Men's Basketball Team Assistant Coach, and the former UP MBT player himself, Mo Gingrich, no? Or Coach Mo.
Moraya. Ano yung
Coach Mo.
Muna lang,
Muna
muna lang. And we are also joined by our UP's very own captain of the women's volleyball team. Napakaswerte natin ngayon. Ang ganda-ganda niya. Welcome to the show, Miss Dani Caselis.
For having me.
So let's kick it off, no? Let's start this question first with you, Coach Mo, no? Kasi you were there during the transition from the time when there was really not much of a social media presence for sports. And when you got into the team, medyo nag-start na siya. So, from your point of view as a former player, no, how do you think the introduction of social media, how did it affect sports, particularly athletics here in UP?
From my own personal experience, I think when I started sa UP, wala atang Facebook page yung UP MBT, which
Wala.
now 100,000 na ata yung followers. But anyways, and I personally, meron na akong Facebook noon. 2009 ako nag-start sa UP MBT. And I noticed personally, parang nung napunta ako sa UP, naglaro ko sa UAP, more people sent me friend requests, gano'n. And yun ang nangyari. But there wasn't big people like calling out people online if someone did a dirty play or something. You didn't see it posted on your Facebook page, yung mga replay ng game, not so much. So a lot different than it is now. But now I think a lot of times you don't even need to watch the games anymore because your Facebook feed or your Instagram videos, they'll tell you everything. They give you all the highlights there, the stats. You could see them right away, what happened in the game. So, di mo na kailangan manood minsan kasi all the important things that happened are already on a plate for you there.
So, nag-iba ba yung buhay mo? Dahil dun sa pre-SOCMED and now during SOCMED. Wala na sigurong post-SOCMED. It's here to stay. So, how did it change you as an athlete or as a person?
For
Kasi sabi
me,
mo calling out di ba? So, parang
I
na-affect
always,
ka nun.
even when I was younger, sa high school siguro, I would always follow yung NBA games, yung lagi pinapanood ko, yung stats. And so I'd always online, even sa phone, kasi meron ng app na you can see the games, you can see the box scores, you can see everything. So that was something I always liked following when I was younger. And then now they have the League Pass app where you can just watch all the games, you can jump from game to game. So it makes it
Easier.
more accessible
So for you, it's easier.
for me, to watch different games. So if you see, tambak na tong game na to. Pag sa TV yun, wala na. Yun na yung papanoorin
sabagay,
mo.
ito na.
But ngayon, okay, you can see all the scores. Oh, ito, dikit pa yung laro, maganda panoorin to. Then you can go and watch a better game.
Nika. Ikaw, ito si Dika.
Yeah, different-
Panahon na yan ng...
Oo, from the start.
Hindi niya alam yung pre.
Oo, wala
alam
ng
lang
pre.
niya yung merong SOCMED.
Actually, when I first started out, it wasn't as big. There was internet, there was a lot of social media that time, but it wasn't as big as now. Parang, siguro it was quite a shock, especially in terms of feedback. There were times during UAP when I was a freshman hindi pa ako line up. Parang wala pa akong kamuwang-muwang with what's happening. And we were told to just delete social media during UAP kasi I didn't know that time that there was a lot of feedback, both negative and positive, and it differs how a player will, you know, accept yung mga comments nila. But at the same time, I think it's a good thing ngayon na naging medyo booming na yung social media kasi it's very beneficial for the players para more recognition in terms of sports and dun sa player mismo.
Actually, maganda yung point niya, no? Kasi parang nakita ko doon yung the connection of social media and mental health ng mga players, no? Kasi yung not all players, lalo na mga bata, no, can handle the pressure. Lalo na with sa'yo, volleyball, it's a booming sport. Tayo na nagsimula tayo sa nowhere to go, but hindi pa siya ganun But now, it's like the following of the women's volleyball team. In general, ang laki ng leap from before viewership. Sa basketball, sanay na sila. Matagal na kasing sikat ang basketball.
But you know, volleyball is also, it's the other televised, highly televised event, no, sa UAP. So, with regard to that, Nika, di ba? So, syempre, a player in one of the most high-profile volleyball programs in the UAP, no? In terms of social media, does this help you somehow with your opportunities? Kasi there's influencing now. There are a lot of you're asked to. I follow your account.
A follower ka ba ni Nika?
And you know, sometimes my meals, I'm sort of tempted to order these meals that she said. So what are these kinds of opportunities? Does it open the door to these things?
Yes, definitely.
Naman, ang ganda ni Nika. Talaga naman magiging influencer yan. Kung ikaw nga, follower
Parang, yes, actually, it's very beneficial kasi for me, when I came here, ang mindset ko before, like, playing you up and pro, syempre, possibly pro. Pero parang, ever since social media became booming, lalo na yung mga televised games, parang I had the opportunity yung sports analyst. And parang, same din, they saw me parang sa interview din, and they thought na maybe I should try mag-analyst. And parang, aside from recognition sa gano'n na parang, it's something that I can do pala. It's opening new doors for me na hindi lang pro yung pwede kong ending. It's something that I can also do. And I found love in what I'm doing dun sa sports analyst. And yun nga din, yung pag sinwerte ka pag may mga ibang brands na gustuhan ka, there are brand deals, and syempre as a student, grateful ka you're in one of the best universities in the country. But aside from that, andun yung fact na we have to earn.
Yeah.
Syempre, I'm at an age wherein I have to earn. And parang sobrang useful and sobrang beneficial yung ganun kasi you get extra job, extra income. Lalo na pag when they want you to promote yung, example, food, yung mga meal plan and all that, parang depende kung what you guys talk about, they will give you food supply or they will pay you to promote their food. So, it's it's a huge help.
SOCMED kasi now is also parang a career path Like in yung sila Diego, Dario, ngayon sila Mikey Reyes, 'di ba? Ngayon parang their following is huge. So meron silang career because of not just because of their sport, no, but because of the sheer size of their following, 'di ba? So but it's not just for career, but it's also a platform kasi for athletes kasi hindi nyo madami kayong fans because of not just the sport but because of your SOCMED. So it's also a platform to help. Diba?
Coach, Nika mentioned yung mga benefits that athletes enjoy because of social media. But from a coaching and management standpoint, when you see our athletes now having this extra element to deal with in their sporting lives, ano yung take nyo pag nakita nyo yung mga, syempre, alam nyo yung mga players, yung mga SOCMED, may mga accounts, do you have a certain policy or pagtingin sa paano nila dapat i-handle to?
Actually, right now, our office, we do not have a specific policy na they can only endorse these brands or they can only do it a certain amount of time. With me, I think lahat ng nakukuha nilang, like she said, additional extra income, malaking bagay sa kanila yun. Because our university does not
Yeah, it's
give a lot, you know, to our athletes in terms of financial support. So anytime they have an opportunity to go out and make more money for themselves and for their families, I think it's a great opportunity. Now, of course, they have to be careful, no, na they're doing for the right brands and involved with the right people. But I think it's been great, and even for our teams, no, a lot of our sponsorships for the teams,
baka may conflict.
corporate. Well, minsan may conflict, but in terms of social media, it's napakalaking tulong
Yes.
because a lot of the brands who are sponsoring teams or even the athletics program in general, yun lang ang gusto nila, mag-post ng ganito sa Facebook page, i-include yung mga logo nila in the
It makes it
post.
fun. Actually, for me, it makes it
Yeah.
fun.
Si Coach raises a good point, do. Kasi dati ang mga brands, they look at how marketable a team is or a person is. They would look at TV appearances, traditional media appearances. But now, for example, if they'll choose whether to support a team or not, they look at the following on
Number of
social
followers.
media. Yeah. But that being the case, no, that's an advantage. But yun nga, do you have some concerns as a coach or in management with regard to how involved our players are in social media?
I've seen, yes, because syempre, there's also negative to social media. I read sometimes yung mga comments sa
Oo nga eh,
mga
kung-
Facebook
kailangan
posts.
matibay
and
ang loob mo kung bata ka
tinitira
ngayon
talaga
eh.
yung mga, especially yung coach, yung mga coach talagang tinitira yung mga yung mga head coach kahit
Okay
na
lang, matanda
kahit
na
na magaling na coach yung mga athlete syempre especially yung former athlete natin si Richie Rivero, ayan, marami siyang
Ayan.
followers but sobrang daming haters sa social media, which is the way it will be, you know, if you have lots of people following you, lots of people like you, there'll be lots of people who have bad things to say about you too. And of course, I worry about them if they read all this. Yun lagi ang advice namin sa kanila, especially during the season. Wag na kayo magbasa ng mga comments, ng mga ganyan. It's okay siguro to post, di ba? Wala namang problema. But just be careful, no, when reading comments from people because not everyone is gonna be positive.
Sa atin, kasi sensitive tayo, dahil hindi tayo lumaki ng may social media. Pero ikaw, Nika, I mean, sa inyo, sanay na ba kayo noon? Kasi lumaki kayo na ganyan na you put yourself out there, you actually have to put yourself out there for criticism also. But sometimes it's hard. So how do you handle this?
For me, I had a time wherein I was, weirdly enough, I was entertained by reading all of the comments on, what do you call this, Twitter.
Bakit naman weird yun?
No, kasi there was a lot of negative comments about me.
Okay, because
And at that time, like again, I said, it depends on the person how they accept those comments. And for me, it became a drive. It became a drive na I want so much to prove everything that they're saying wrong. But there was a time wherein I was too focused on what other people had to say. And tama sabi ni Coach na you can't really please everyone. Everyone will have a lot to say even though you're doing good. The smallest mistake, they will find a way to criticize you with that. So, I reached a point wherein I decided to delete my Twitter account. Yeah. Meron pa rin po ako, pero I don't open it anymore. Kasi parang ayoko na magbasa.
Tama lang yan, oo.
Medyo akala mo okay siya sa'yo kasi it will be a drive. But at the same time, it will get stuck in your mind. Kaya parang I choose not to read it anymore. And siguro, right now, kahit sa mga teammates ko, ganun sila ngayon. They like reading.
They
Pero
like reading.
usually, when UAP starts, we ask them to delete it.
Oo. Dapat, Coach, meron kayong parang at least some guidance on na para kasi kahit ano sabihin natin, mga bata pa rin itong mga to, no? They need to be able to have some tools to handle it kasi it might be too much. Diba? So for them.
I can't imagine. Like, again, if you compare pre-SOCMED internet era with yung traditional media, before, after a game, no, you have opinion columnists writing in the newspapers or maybe a sports show breaking down these plays. But usually the columnist or the sports broadcaster, they have real background into the sport. So we can sort of trust them to have good analysis. But now you have like a million opinion columnists commenting in real time on everything you do. Whether you are performing well, whether the shot was well. I can't imagine that kind of pressure you guys have to face sa ganyan. No? Speaking of pressure, no, alam natin medyo nauuso yung sinasabing cancel culture, no? And pagko-call out sa mga athletes sa social media. Ikaw, Nika, what are your thoughts about this? Ano?
It depends po eh. Kasi if they're, medyo sa amin ngayon, trend yung pagsaswag.
Swag? Ano yun? Sige.
Swag is basically parang angas, nag-aangasan kayo ng
Oh,
opponent
di ba? As
mo.
an athlete, maangas ka
Okay.
talaga dapat,
Yeah.
di ba? So,
Pero very common siya ngayon sa volleyball, yung mga stare down and all that. Pero parang there are some people who, audience-wise, take it to heart na parang they expect na, or they think na what's happening in court, parang ganun din kami outside. Pero sa amin, andun yung swag, andun yung angasan, yung pagmamaldita sa each other sa court.
Yeah.
Pero outside the court, we joke around. Parang andun pa din yung sportsmanship sa amin outside of the court. Pero parang hindi siya maganda pag depende sa how the crowd takes it. And may iba dun talaga na grabe magsalita. Yun yung mahirap. Kasi di ba may mga sabi si coach na highlights on Facebook. Sometimes they will cut yung mga negative parts and compile it. And parang syempre when they post it, for those who don't know the game or what happened in the game, they only see the negative parts. Kaya minsan doon na uuso yung parang, cancel tong player na to kasi attitude to, kala mo ang galing-galing. Yung mga ganun ba?
actually, tingin ko sa mas ano yan sa volleyball. Sa volleyball kasi parang ang fandom, ang fandom sa volleyball is for individual players. Samantalang ang fandom sa basketball for teams. And totoo yan. Huwag nyo na lang pansinin yung mga fans. Usually yung mga fans,
Sila pa yung mas
sila pa yung talagang mas feel eh. When we try to explain also na, actually magkakaibigan lahat yung mga yan. Sa, di ba kayo, coach, di ba yung kahit sa kabilang team, sa ibang universities, you actually are friends in real life. But sa mga fans, hindi ganon. We're not friends.
Speaking of cancel culture, kayo coach, do you guys give advice to athletes now, given the well, not really the threats, no, or the downside of cancel culture? Do you give them some advice as to how to handle their social media accounts, what to post, what not to post?
Yes.
Do you have some guidance on that? When you're asked?
Our team, we have a rule na, it's like the rule above all rules is don't do anything to put the team in a bad light, no? Or always do it for the good of the team. So, ayun nga, it's part of that is with social media. Never do something that would, even if it's you, let's say, especially after the game, minsan
Mainta ulo.
galit ka sa referee, masama tawag or something, magpa-post ka in the moment na, and it may have a negative effect on the team if or comments, even comments sa mga interview, ganyan. It's the same way. Sa team namin, in terms of comments from the outside, ang rule namin is just keep it within the circle, just within the team. Yung mga sasabihin ng taga sa labas, it doesn't matter whether good or bad. No, we trust ourselves, the coaches, the players inside the team. Na these are the criticism we'll take to heart. This is what we'll really listen to. Anything coming from outside, whether negative or positive, I mean, we'll hear a lot of it. Minsan makikita mo talaga, marinig mo sasabihin ng mga tao. Whether kasi good din eh. Minsan, pag maganda nilaro mo, someone from outside will lift you up as a king already. But syempre, we trust the coaches, our teammates to keep us humble and keep us in the right headspace, moving forward.
So, ikaw, may natatandaan ba kayong athlete na was positively or negatively affected from memory?
Marami. Sa amin, I'll go back to Richie, si Kobe. Marami silang naging opportunity because of social media in terms of earning for themselves and for their families. But at the same time, marami silang haters din because of any small, they're always on camera. No? Kahit na ngayon may cellphone lahat so makunan ka lang ng isang
Hirap kasi
hindi ka
maging gwapo
kumamay
rin, ano?
o hindi mo pinansin or hindi mo napansin and they'll cancel you or something. So yun din ang mahirap. It's always a negative and positive. The more followers you have, the more extreme siguro.
So what I can say now is that aside from being an athlete, which is challenging in itself, or managing a team, kasama na talaga yung SOCMED sa the way you manage your life and your game. So, any move that you make, tatak mo nasa ano na yan, nasa SOCMED na yan. Actually, parang real time nga no? Kung mag-comment ang mga tao. So, it's good that we recognize it as a factor, diba? Pero wag lang sana man lamang ma-manage natin yan, na it doesn't rule us. It has to be a tool for good rin naman, diba? For the good of the game and for yourself, lalo na ikaw, Nika, diba? Na you are living in it. Kasi kami, matanda na kami, tapos na yan sa amin.
Yeah.
So, what's your message to your fans out there, Nika, and netizens? So, pa netizens, diba? Meron ganun na, diba? That's also a new term for us, diba? Netizens.
So our UAP is coming close. It's around end of February, so hopefully we get to see the UP community supporting the volleyball team as well. And not just volleyball, but the whole sports of UP as well, especially recently, the track and field
congratulations.
won champions. Congratulations. So hopefully we get to see the UP community supporting other teams as well. And see you there po.
Thank you, Nika. You, coach mo.
Well, of course, yeah. Just like she said, no? Kasi our office, yung OSD, is overseeing all the teams. So we know yung support for the men's basketball team in terms of fans watching will always be there. But I really hope we can replicate that, especially with women's volleyball, because that's the other, big sport. So hopefully, but with the other sports as well, of course. Our football teams, I've been to some of the games, maraming nanonood. So it's great to see. Hopefully, sa second semester, nandun din yung mga alumni, yung students to help to watch and support yung games.
Yeah. Forgive me for just backtracking. As team captain, Nika, ano yung advice mo sa teammates mo para hindi sila mabash on social media?
Siguro the same as my seniors taught me. Just be careful with what you say, be careful with what you do, what you post. Kasi hindi lahat ng tao, they will see the good in what you're doing. So you have to be careful with, especially what you say in interviews. Lalo na when it comes to comments about games or other players. Just, yun lang, laging careful lang sa teammates namin. And no matter what naman, andito kaming mga seniors, andito kaming within the team din namin to guide them. Kahit na we have a new coach, diba? So parang even with him, it's the same. Just be careful with everything that we're doing.
Thank you. Nako.
Yeah.
Actually, in this aspect, mas natututuruan tayo ng mga taong tulad, mga batang tulad ni Nika, no? Kasi, social media really is a reality that we have to deal with in terms of how we manage our sports program. So maraming salamat sa ating guests for joining us here today. And thank you also to our viewers for staying with us until now.
Well, ako, if I were to give lang a message, I think to everyone watching, social media is a great way to communicate, but just like in real life, let's just all practice kindness. No? There's no harm with being kind. Yeah. If you have nothing good to say, then just don't say it. Sayang naman kasi, no? You can reach your athlete, your idols, you can reach them anytime. And if you're going to use that just to bash them, parang sayang naman yung plataforma. So once again, thank you very much, everyone. We are now in episode 6, but we're not stopping anytime now. Samahan nyo kami ng marami pang usapin tungkol sa mga athletes at sports. Muli, this is TVUP, and as always, we bring you Inside the Games.